Hey guys, what's up? I'm Scott, that's Michael. Today in this video, we're gonna be talking and trying to give you some content and information, everything about docks, what you should expect, some costs that come with docks, some information, and probably gonna be one of our funner videos.
Yeah,
I mean, when you think about like why we're here and why we love lake life and all those kinds of things, it's because we wanna hang out on the dock and the boat and all the things. Now, kind of a gloomy, crappy day. We're clearly turning the corner from summer to fall and into winter soon, but nevertheless, like real estate is always a conversation, bedrooms, bathrooms, homes, all those things, but dock is just as an important conversation, and understanding that you're coming here for lake life and you want to basically be as close to the water or on the water. You want to have a certain type of lifestyle like on the water, and the dock game down here is almost becoming more important than the real estate game with the homes.
Well,
right?
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
And there are more dock builders down here than our home builders.
Crazy.
It's crazy. It's
yeah,
wild.
so it's wild when you're down here, and obviously we always encourage you to come and check it out if you haven't been, but what people are doing with their docks these days is just like becoming next level, right? It's upgrade, it's expansion. They're building onto them. They're adding second stories to them and stuff. And what you're trying to do in the dock game is create a new lifestyle, like almost an extra living space down on your dock. Now, we have my dock behind me, which is the complete opposite of fancy dock like lifestyle living. It's a very, like probably the most basic, simplistic, cheapest dock on the lake is what I have, right? But some of these people will have 2, 3, 4 slips. Yeah. They'll have places for their jet skis. They will have a complete like kitchen, living room area. So, kitchens down here, refrigerators, stoves and grills, complete like living space with couches and tables and all sorts of stuff. Cause like when you're here and you have friends and family, like who wants to be inside? In fact, you told me the other day that a lot of these homes have like smaller bedrooms, and the purpose was like, well, why are you in your room? Right. Why are you even inside? You're supposed to be out on your dock. Right, exactly. Right? So the dock game down here and what people are doing is literally like next level. And if you buy a home and the dock doesn't meet your standards, you can always do those upgrades and build onto them and add things, or you can just buy a new one and custom build something. But it's next level. Yeah, absolutely next level. And what's interesting, a good way to look at it is, when you look at your large market suburban homes, like we have our businesses in Denver as well as here like the Ozarks, is a lot of those people will do amazing custom backyards with grills, right? And seating areas, TVs, fireplaces, the whole bit, right? Yes. Well, down here, those dollars go into your dock, right? That's your backyard. Okay. Great point. The other piece we'll find is that people will have, from that lifestyle perspective, is you're right on the size of the homes, because when they were built, these homes were built as second homes. They weren't built to live in full time. So, but over time, as things have transitioned and people have moved down here full time, what we found is that the reason why those houses were where they were is because they were summer homes. Yeah, they're summer homes. They're summer homes. You're supposed to be inside, right? Yeah. But now we're living here full time. And if you're full time, the dock life is amazing. From your kids, grandkids, friends, family, dogs, you name it. Your neighbors. In our neighborhood, we're in Osage Beach, and I'm sure we'll shoot some video over there at some point, is we talk to our neighbors on a regular basis. Some of our neighbors have TVs, some of them have hot tubs. It's crazy, right? So there's all kinds of cool things you can do with your outdoor space that you normally wouldn't be able to do in a normal suburban neighborhood. It's a great point. Suburban area, you're creating the grills and the fireplaces and that backyard things. All that dollar goes into your dock, and understanding some of those costs when it comes to dock, and making sure that, as I mentioned, my dock, and you can kind of see it, it's a wood dock, right? It's built on like small metal frame. So my dock, like we're on the corner of a cove and big water. So we get big water waves on a wooden rinkety dock. And so when you're on there, like that dock will rock, right? Like you feel drunk on your dock, but you're not drinking. It's weird. So the dock is going to rock. Well, the new age docks, right? They're built with a heavier steel, and they're built with concrete blocks in a sense, right? Or concrete, whatever's. So it's heavier, and it absorbs the waves and absorbs it. So that's the upgrade into what docks are these days.
And
like you go from these little framey deals to like a concrete dock. It'll make all the difference.
And within the docks, also, the floats are heavier and they're deeper. So the docks are more stable if you want that stability. And for some people, that is incredibly important, right? The other piece is when we separate docks and lifts from real estate is we have docks on this lake that are $5,000 and docks that are $500,000. It's crazy out there, right? So that's an aspect that will help you with and help guide you through that process. And then number two is, what is your intended use, right? So if you're here as a second home, if it's a short-term rental, if it's a full-time residence, and then what kind of boat do you have? You may not have a boat at all. And a lot of our clients that are coming here, they don't have a boat. That's a whole nother conversation. Some do have boats, right? And their boat need may or may not match what's sitting behind us. So it's one of those things we have to navigate through. The cool thing is it comes with the house, right? Once you own it, you can do whatever you want with it.
True. Yeah, so what you're doing when you're down here shopping in your lakefront, and a lot of conversations start with like, hey Scott, we're looking for a lakefront home because I want to start my day on the dock. I want to sip my coffee, get ready for the world. I'm going to go out and crush the world, and when I come home, I want to end my day on the dock, and I want to sip a cocktail or have a wine or whatever. So, like, super cool. We'd love to help you find your lakefront home with a dock because we'll come join you. But understanding like when you're shopping for that, as much as again the home is important, so is the dock. And understand that if you bought a property like mine and you have yourself like a rinkety-dinkety dock, you can do a couple things, right? You can upgrade it and you can add those expenses into it, and you can modify your dock and add swim platforms or other things. You can also, there's like dock brokers down here in a sense. So basically what you can do is somebody else is potentially selling their dock, right? And maybe they're upgrading to something bigger, or they want to switch their lifestyle around, and those docks are switching and changing just like you do in life, right? So as you know, you go from a family and maybe a surf boat to like maybe now you're a grandparent and you have grandkids and you have a bigger boat. Like as your lake life evolves and grows, your dock can change with it. So if we want to sell this someday, cool, we list it. Somebody is looking for that, I guess. You know,
They are.
I don't know who's looking for my dock, but somebody will look for that, maybe buy it. We can go find like a 2-slip dock, maybe it's concrete. So that's the goal. They will come and detach my dock, float it out into the lake, barge it to wherever it's going, and then they would float and barge in the new dock, and they would hook it all up for you. So almost kind of like real estate. You want to sell and buy, you can do the same thing with your dock, and these guys are phenomenal at it. They'll take your old one and they'll float in a new one.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned the stage of life. So when you have your younger kids, you're doing the wake and the surf and the tubing, right? And then you get into the large bow riders. And then you get into maybe the cabin cruiser. And then you may, at some point in time, you may want a fishing boat, right? So you see where you have dock modifications where the boating lifestyle can shift and change over time based on those needs. And then the buyer of the house may have a completely different need, right? So it's all about comfortability. It's all about lake life. It's all about safety. And it's all about you extend that living area. I like how you position that. You extend your living area outside of your house. The one thing we didn't talk about that we experienced when we made the move full time is our friends, when they come to our house, they come by boat.
Yeah,
typically.
Totally.
They come by boat. Typically, they tie off, they come by boat, we hang out there, we go up in the house, whatever we do. Versus in our suburban life in Colorado, your friends obviously come by car, right?
Driving over.
But it's very different environment when you have that. So you also want to make sure you have space for the friends that you're going to have down here to enjoy the lake life with you.
Yeah, so you could probably have an entire YouTube channel on just docks and the lifestyle and all the things. The point of this one was the dock is, I feel, just as important, if not more important than the house. And you can go ask my wife, right? She'll want to do like upgrades to the inside of the house, and I'll want to do upgrades to the dock. So healthy, fun banter back and forth.
Right.
I typically lose. Anyway, the point of the video, right, is that the dock game is just as important as the home game. However, obviously you can't move your home, right? Besides selling and buying, the dock you can do things with. You can modify it, you can add on to it, you can raise it, you can widen it, you can do all those things to it, and you can obviously just float it away and float in a new one if you want to. There's a lot of creativity. And then the other thing when it comes to dock, and we'll talk later on, but like some of the maintenance things that come with docks, and making sure, like we've talked maybe before on unexpected expenses and things, well, your dock is going to have some of that. So making sure that it's, you know, attached to the seawall correctly, and making sure that it's protected with bumpers and cleats for other people. Like, there's a whole thing that comes along with just some of the maintenance of it, and the staining and the stuff that you put on the dock just to protect it. So the dock game down here is super important. And I think what I can see over year after year after year is more and more people are creating that dock extra space lifestyle and creativity. And when you go into a cove or you go to a bar or lakeside restaurant, it is fun to like look at what people are doing on their docks, and palm trees and water slides and diving boards and decks and kitchens and living rooms, and you're just like, why would you ever go inside?
Right.
You literally could just sleep on the dock and wake up and jump in the lake.
Right.
Plain and simple.
Except for the bugs.
Except for those damn bugs. Which you can also spray your dock to protect your dock from those darn bugs, which even spraying the dock and all the bug stuff, like you're still gonna have them no matter what. So anyway, fun little video talking a little bit about the dock and the dock game and the dock lifestyle. I'm happy that neither Michael and I fell off the seawall during this video. But anyway, we just wanted to have some fun, continue to provide you guys some content, some information, things to think about, right? If you're in suburban America and you wanna go and buy a lakefront home, dock game is just important as the home game, right? So make sure you do that. We'll answer any questions you have. I always encourage you, right? We love making the videos. We love more to connect with you. So call, text, email. Let us know what questions you have about docks. Come in and visit. Come hang out on my dock. Maybe not on a busy weekend, or you might flop off it. But anyway, we would love to host you if you come into town. So whatever we can do to help you, let us know, guys. And until then, we'll see you on the next video. Bye. Bye.